Hello, Callie here from Soulcraft Sisters. How are you? A very warm welcome to the very last new moon reading of 2016. Since this is a new moon, I say, of course, this is a perfect time to think about what you want to manifest, what you want to invite into your life. So you might want to just do a to-do list and sit down and make a game plan for perhaps your career goals. I know that's what I'll be doing and focusing on. If you look at the 4 different symbols, just feel into each one of them and see which one calls out for you this time around. You can choose one or you can choose more, it's up to you. And then we'll see what cards I've flipped for all of these elements. So before we get going, I just want to show you that I'll be using the Tarot, Ananda Tarot by Ananda Kurtz-Pils, and also the Animal Kin Oracle by Sarah Wilder. Beautiful gift from my mother. Yay! Okay, let's start. So if you chose the Earth element, you get the Crow. And it says magic here. And there's a little headline in the guidebook, and it says, "Divine messages are gifts for your future self." It's a card that talks about looking deeper into reality, maybe somewhere hidden inside. There are messages, there are signs, there are keys, and these are all something that if you hear them and if you go there, if you open up, then these messages will gently sort of guide you and push you beyond your feelings of safety. But it's all part of your soul's growth. You're ready for it, and you will be receiving messages one way or the other, maybe through dreams, maybe through something you hear in passing, or on the radio, anything like that. Connect to that deeper sense of reality. Look beyond. Be curious about those messages that are flowing to you right now, because the Crow usually comes when we are in need of either healing or ready to take a really big leap forward. So have faith, have faith. And the other message that's coming through to you is Ace of Flame, this really beautiful, beautiful energy. And when I pulled this card for you, I almost sort of, I had a little tear in my eye, because it's just so beautiful. We have this mandala here, and we have this stream of light sort of coming down. And this is a card that's really sort of, you might feel a sense of sort of passion coming through. Impulse to create, to change, to renew certain things. So you might feel spontaneous, or this might be an invitation for you to be spontaneous in the coming month, right? And it's also about being goal-oriented and taking actions, but that sense of focus and power, willpower here. And of course, don't forget your sincerity in what you do, but the power here is the flame, the fire is just so pure, and it's so it's up to you what you want to do with this energy, but it is present for you. So I'm thinking that many of you are ready to just really take a big step forward somehow, in some way. So have that inner conviction with you and become this unstoppable power. Now we look at the fire element, and then we have the cats. You guys get the cat, the mystical cat, and it does say, what does it say? Mystery. And again, in the guidebook, there's a little headline, and it says, "We can unlock our deepest desires when holding gentle yet persuasive intentions." So the cat is described as this very sort of individualistic animal creature mindset. They sort of know what's up, right? They always seem to know something more than we do, right? And of course they can be domesticated, but they have a very strong sense of self, and that's also one of the messages here. It's about tapping into your own divinity. It's about having a deep sense of self-worth, self-honoring and worship. So really being devoted to yourself and become that person who knows what's up. That was one of the messages. And the other one that's coming through to you is this 5 of Spheres. You can see here. And at first this reminded me of Aleppo in Syria. I was lucky enough to go there once before the war, before a lot of these beautiful old buildings were destroyed and culture, etc. But there are still people there and there's still hope there. But there is a strong sense, I guess, not just there, many places around the world, maybe even where you are, but this sense of having to rebuild something that's been broken. It can talk about healing, rebuilding, maybe from scratch, maybe something. It can be a mentality, but it could also be that you have going through some material hardships or restrictions for one reason or the other. But what's important now is, what are you gonna use as your foundation to grow from? Because this is not going to be a constant in your life. There is potential. I don't know if you can see it here, if the lighting is good enough. There's a little perfect little ball down here, and this is talking about the potential for building and growing again, right? So it's also about learning from experiences, taking it in, becoming wiser from it. Also, for some, maybe what happens when we are stripped of everything? Do we come together? Do we help each other? Do we help people we see in need? Or do we not do that? Does fraction happen? So you might want to ask yourself why that's relevant for you, but it's coming up here. So it might also be about accepting loss of any kind, mostly in the material world, possibly. Feelings of being insecure, maybe, or being threatened on your security in life. And it could be like, can I pay my bills? Do I have clothes for my kids, or whatever it might be. But it's about taking care of necessities, and it's about sort of rebooting and connecting to your own divine self. There is healing to be made here, and great potential for rebuilding. Let's move on to the water element. You guys get the crab, and it says trust. So again, let's see here. The crab, it says choosing vulnerability is the most direct path, I think, to growth. And isn't that just beautiful? So the crab has this hard exterior, but inside it's all soft and fluffy. And it's a card that talks about trusting that no matter what, no matter where we move, physically, emotionally, mentally, we are protected. We're always safe. Sometimes things can feel unsafe, but we are always protected and helped no matter where we go, how we go. And movement is part of our plan to grow. You know, it's part of what it's going to help our soul's growth, if you want to take it there. So, but sometimes, you know, things can feel a little risky, and do I dare to be vulnerable? This card is saying yes, please do, because there's a lot of growth in that for you, especially if you are known to have a hard exterior. And I, for one, can relate to that. I chose water before I flipped the cards, and I think this is very relevant for me, so I'm taking that on board. Thank you very much. In conjunction with this one, you get the 4 of Spheres. And how beautiful that these come together here, because the 4 of Spheres can sometimes represent being concerned with sort of putting your personal values to aside in order to overprotect what you have, in fear of losing it, right? What we want is to have a firm foundation, which you can probably see here. There's like bricks here and there's a little stairs going up here. So we want to create that firm foundation from which we can operate and trust and be fluffy and hard, I guess, at the same time. It also talks about karmic effects. So anything we do will of course come back to us. That's how it works, right? But it also talks of modesty and building character and understanding that you don't have to contract, protect, overprotect in order to be safe. That's an illusion. Open up, trust, or be, center into your heart space. And then the very final one, we have the air element, and you get peacock, and it says inspiration. And the little headline for that is pride in our achievements creates inspiring change. And the peacock is here to say that it's okay to parade our skills, our talents, our accomplishments, and really just showcase it, all our traits, all our colors, when it feels right. Of course, it's a matter of balancing it and also knowing, not from an egoic perspective, but just sort of, why not show, why not share, I think a lot of us could do that even more from a place of trusting. And also it's like, be proud, stand up for yourself, especially if you are being criticized or you feel like you're being threatened in any way, mentally, emotionally, whatever, feel that pride from a sense of, not from an egoic sense, but from a sense of just being this beautiful energy force walking on this earth. Never apologize for how beautiful we are, because we are so damn beautiful, all of us, really. And so never apologize for that, or how powerful or wise or talented we are. No, that's not what's gonna happen, right? No. And to accompany that message, we have the Four of Swords, and this is bringing forth a message of, remember for mental clarity, to reach that peaceful state. Sometimes we have to meditate, sometimes we just have to quiet our mind, and that's also when we know when to sort of move forward and sort of show all our colors and why we do that at a specific time. But when we're centered, then that will be effortless. That will be effortless. And it's also saying that if you have a tendency perhaps to overwork or do a lot, remember to relax. Remember to have that peaceful mind and use whatever practice helps you, assist you in doing that. So peace, recuperation, very important, otherwise it wouldn't come up. Because if we ignore it, we might fall ill, or our body or our mental health will suffer from it. So please just be aware of that. All right. So with this clarity of mind, it's also saying you are so much more able to effortlessly go out and maybe, if you like to write or teach or know the difference between how to act in different situations, then please take this on board, because that's what comes from a peaceful mind. So guys, thank you very much. I want to wish you a happy new year, and I will see you in 2017. Yay! Bye.